Welcome, friends. Today, we are doing another first impressions video. Sensational. That's right, friends. Today I am back, this time with another video on the house of Maitre Parfumeur at Gantier. We are continuing with our first impressions series, and today I have two first impressions and two not quite first impressions, because I own a bottle of one of them and I owned a bottle of the other one. So we will see how I react to all of these, Today's fragrances are Eau d'Isle, Jardin Du Nil, Route de Vetiver, and Santal Noble. The eagle-eyed of you will know that a couple of weeks ago I unboxed a bottle of Santal Noble, kind of. It was a partial. And I enjoyed it. Anyway, we will start as ever at the beginning. And we will go with Eau d'Isle. This is... Sorry, I just need to get the booklet, which I should have got before I started the video. Not to worry. And the booklet claims that Eau d'Isle is coffee, incense, vetiver and patchouli. This sounds like it should be great. So let's have a spray, shall we? Coffee, incense, vetiver and patchouli. Sounds absolutely brilliant, like. I'll just give that a second to calm down. Don't want to be smelling alcohol. Oh, I'm already getting wafts. Spicy. Something a little bit herbal. Green. I get the coffee, but I get the incense. I'm getting like a kind of moss greenness, But I'm getting something very green at the top, dear me. Galbanum, maybe? Getting something floral as well. And resinous. Ambery. There's definite galbanum in this. That like some kind of oak moss galbanum green thing. It's like a dry green amber. Does that make sense? I'd have to try this on skin. It's a little bit spicy as well. It's like a slightly spicy coffee, not a pumpkin pumpkin spice coffee, but a slightly sweet, resinous. Dare I say myrrh? I mean, I do dare say myrrh, but I don't know if that's correct. It's like fresh but dark. Something a little bit floral in there too, and I mean a little bit floral. I mean something a little bit creamy, but green. oak moss, galbanum type thing. I wonder what the internet's got to say about this. Tarragon. That could be the greenness. Ylang ylang, that kind of makes sense. Parfumeur says tarragon, myrtle, coffee, labdanum, frankincense, ylang ylang, galbanum. Yeah, galbanum, that was obvious. Patchouli and vetiver. So I didn't get patchouli. It was not patchouli. Vetiver. It's very austere as well. Once you get past that kind of weird opening, which is like, I don't know, it's got this kind of chypre kind of thing going on. Spicy, ambery, labdanum, apparently, that makes sense. It's like a twisted chypre, this. An amber chypre. Excuse me whilst I hydrate, by the way. I like this. It's dry and a little bit dusty. I'd have to try it on my skin, though, you know. Just going to move that gently over there. Never a good idea to move these things from the base, but there we go. Okay. Next up, we have Jardin Du Nil, so Garden by the Nile. Hermes did a fragrance like this, exactly like this. This is, according to the booklet, lavender, geranium, rose, and musks. That sounds absolutely lovely. Let's have a smell of you. See what happens. I'll give it a second. Lavender, geranium, rose, and musk. Musks, plural. I beg your pardon. Jardin Du Nil. Wow. I get some kind of, I don't want to say sweaty, but sweaty. Unwashed scalp kind of thing going on. But it's fresh as well. Like, imagine you've got really dirty hair, but then you've just got into the shower and literally just put the shampoo on. It's got a very, very shampoo-y kind of thing. Oof. That is a thing. Get the lavender. There's something in here that gives it a slightly dark hair kind of vibe, like scalp. Unwashed scalp. This is like shampoo going on big hair. Ladies will understand this. So you've got long hair, unwashed scalp. You haven't washed your hair for a while. Literally, you get in and just as the shampoo just hits your head, that's what it is. You get the blast of the scent of the shampoo, but it also hasn't washed away that kind of that wet, deep, musky, dark, animalic hair thing. My God, it is beautiful. It is absolutely lovely, and it's amazing that they've done this the way they have. The geranium in it's absolutely gorgeous. The rose in it is absolutely gorgeous. It's got to be the jasmine, and it's fresh but skanky. in a very specific kind of way. This is absolutely amazing. If it didn't have that stank about it, I'd like it a lot more. But this reminds me of especially dark hair. You know, long dark hair, sweaty scalp, and then that kind of really rich, verdant shampoo kind of smell with the floors. But there's some skank in that. Absolutely. Good God, I wouldn't be surprised if there was like some dirty ambergris in it, just to give it that kind of filth. But it's a very specific filth. It's not a pants filth. It's not a trouser filth, you know. Wow. Instantly the picture I've got there. Instant that came up. Very outrageous. There's actually a blurb about it on Fragrantica. Let's see what it says. Came out in 1988, as did Eau de Isle. The perfumer is Jean-Paul Millet-Large, or Millet-Large, if you will. A perfume that has been inspired by the discovery of mint and geranium crops in the Nile Delta in Egypt. There's the mint in it. Yeah, that kind of makes sense. Jardin Du Nil belongs to the collection Les Parfums de Levant. Geranium, rose and jasmine is topped by citruses on a warm amber, patchouli and vetiver base. Hey. It is lovely. It is very lovely, that, and it's absolutely crazy. How spot on. How spot on. Like, that took me straight to long dark hair being washed, just about to be washed. Okay, next we have Route de Vetiver, or Route de Vetiver. Route de Vetiver. Now, this is one of the fragrances I have had before. Came out in 1988 as well. I gave this away. It was only like, I had like a 100ml bottle, but there was only like 15ml left in it. I can't remember who I gave it to, but I gave it away because it was so tarry, so black, so dark. And I was just like, fuck, I can't wear this. I'm terrified. The booklet says blackcurrant, bourbon vetiver, and sandalwood. The blurb says Maitre Parfumeur Gantier unveils vetiver root, a plant that originates from the Bourbon Islands. It's in its authentic state. Vetiver surprises us with its raw strength and its warm, woody scent. Route de Vetiver belongs to the collection Les Parfums de Levant. And this is a deep, dark, rich, tarry vetiver. It's green. The blackcurrant in it is all the dark facets of blackcurrant. All the dark and none of the fruity, none of the top, none of the new. It goes very well with this fragrance. If you like black, dark, tarry, vetiver perfumes, you will absolutely love this. This is not for me at all. It's too much. It's too down that path. It's so dark and tarry. I imagine this gets stronger the longer you have the bottle as well. It's almost headache inducing the way it is. Oh, it's so... I've got to admit, this isn't as strong, like in the tarry aspect, as my bottle of Root de Vetiver that I had with the 15ml left in it. That had turned to pure molten tar. And I think that would have been because there was a large amount of air in it. And it was older than these. Oof. If you like that kind of thing, it reminds me of my really old version of Vetiver by Guerlain. Absolutely fucking huge it is. Okay. Last, but certainly not least, in fact, maybe most, is Santal Noble. This is incense, sandalwood, and grey amber, or ambergris, according to the booklet. Now, according to me, I smelled this from before, and I loved it. And I ended up buying a bottle of partial, because bottles are hard to come by. Oh, I get lavender in this. I get lavender and something citric. This too was released in 1988, I beg your pardon, sorry. According to Fragrantica, spices, coffee, frankincense at the top, Mysore sandalwood, patchouli, vanilla and vetiver in the mid, ambergris, oak moss and castoreum in the base. This is deep, it's rich. I get the castoreum, I get the ambergris, I get that deep, dark, thick, rich, resinous patchouli, vetiver. I get some of the coffee, but it's not like a coffee drink or a roasted bean. It's like coffee in its natural state while it's still attached to the plant. It's a little bit warm. It's a little bit spicy. I get incense, but it's more like smoke, dry smoke. Sandalwood, vanilla. Maybe some kind of green, kind of mossy, not galbanum, because it's not that type of green, but it's green and mossy. It's fresh, it's a beautiful fragrance. It's extremely well, all of these are extremely well made. The house is absolutely brilliant. If you're a serious perfume enthusiast, you should be smelling Maitre Parfumeur at Gantier. There will be something you'll love here. There will be something you can add to your collection. The vanilla's doing a lot at the minute. The sandalwood, that sandalwood patchouli vanilla thing is doing a lot, but it's also got that dry incense at the top. It's also got the dry coffee. Something a little bit spicy too. It's beautiful. It's an absolutely amazing fragrance. I love it. I really do. I've got a partial, which I'm happy with, and I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to get a full sealed bottle. Oh, it's so good. It really is very good, and it's very hard to find. Okay, we will go back. Eau d'Ile. That's become very proper. A little bit stuffy, a little bit austere. Old, not old man smelling, but like old smelling, old world smelling. Lovely fragrance, but I'd find that very tough to wear as somebody under the age of 50, 60 who doesn't wear a green jacket. Jardin Du Nil, that skankiness, that darkness is still there, but it's not quite as pronounced. It's still, and the shampoo aspect from the rose and the geranium's still there as well. It's got some filth. Oh God, it's really good, and it absolutely reminds me of washing thick, dark hair. Route de Vetiver. It's not quite as tarry there now, but it's very dark and bold. It's too French to be a Tom Ford, but it's got that kind of leaning to it. Gorgeous. Absolutely lovely. But not for me. And then last but not least, Santal Noble. Beautiful. It's no wonder I bought a bottle of that. Dark. But you could easily wear this to like a black tie occasion. Or you could just wear it lurking about the house. Okay, friends, there we have it. Another 4. Next time there will only be 3. And it will conclude my first impression series. And then I will do some on skin. So I will see you then, friends. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.